Hello everyone, I'm jdflutes. I hope everyone had a blessed Christmas. This video here is mostly for inspiration. I'm just doing this video to help out a friend to learn to play his flute. So PD, this video is for you, my friend. His flute is a bass C tuned to 440 Hertz and is produced with a 1-inch bore. So PD, what you will have to do, as you notice, your finger holes are really small on this flute. This bass C is a pretty long flute. So what you would have to do to play this flute correctly is to blow your first hole and your second hole softly. Even your third hole. You blow them softly, and as you go up the flute you increase your breath. Your first hole you play it softly. Second hole you're going to play it a little bit more breath. The third hole a little bit more breath. The fourth hole you're going to keep it closed at all times until you learn how to play your flute. So your fifth hole you're going to play it more breath, and your sixth hole a lot more breath. Your sixth hole you will play it with more breath than any other. But like I said, now by this flute being so long and your hole sizes being so small, you said you were having breathing problems. So you shouldn't have any problems. Even though you got breathing problems, you shouldn't have any problems playing this flute, making it, to hear its voice. Because you're going to have to play them softly. If you give it too much breath, you will know it will have a tendency to not be clear, the first hole and the second hole. So you're going to have to play it softly to play it correctly. So what you want to do first is learn your native scale, which is, like I said, you keep your fourth hole from the bottom or your third hole from the top closed at all times. And you go up your scale. Here's your scale. Right there is your native scale, and you come down exactly the same way. And once you learn that pattern, then you can add a little bit of stuff like this right here, as long as you come back down the same way. Now don't come down like, if you come up like this, don't come down like this or down like this. It's not going to play correctly. You want to come down the same way. And you could do stuff like this as long as you come down the same exact way. Here's your native scale, PD. Excuse me, that's not your native scale. I'm going to do it again for you. That's your native scale. Just follow that pattern. Now when you get good, you can open that third hole from the top or the fourth hole from the bottom. And you can play music like Amazing Grace then, you know. So you can use that finger then. But for right now, until you get the hang of your flute, just keep it closed. Just keep it closed at all times. And I might even give you a piece of leather to put there. I'll do that for you. I'll give you a piece of leather to keep your third hole closed at all times for you. I'll give it to you. But what I want you to concentrate on though is, even though you got that leather, still put your finger on that third hole. That way it'll train your finger to keep that hole closed. And then once you learn that scale, you can do different patterns to make your flute sound, you know, good. See how I'm going up and coming down the same exact way. I'm still doing my native scale. As you notice, I got the top three closed. Then when you get a little bit better, PD, all you have to do, if you want to hit your higher notes, this flute will hit your higher notes. Just keep your fourth toe closed from the bottom, and you lift up your bottom finger. You keep these closed on the bottom. Lift up your bottom finger with a little bit more breath, and you will produce these voices. You can come right back down like you were doing your native scale. And since you are a beginner, if your flute starts to not sound as clear, it could be due to moisture because you're not used to playing. Just put your finger right here, cover half of that square hole in front of this fetish, and you blow hard. Take your flute. You know, if you got any type of moisture or anything like that, just take your cloth and wipe right here in front of this fetish lightly. Don't move this fetish. Don't wipe it so hard you're going to move the fetish. Just wipe it gently. And then take and hold your leather so it doesn't hit your flute, and shake your flute. You can shake all that moisture, and you'll see moisture here. Just take your cloth or paper towel or something and just wipe that moisture from your flute. And do it again to make sure. You know, if you make a sound when you're doing this, you're doing it incorrectly. You got to make sure you cover that whole that sound holder halfway. Hold, you know, cover it halfway. Blow really hard. You can hear when it's freely. All your moisture will be out. You know, and you still shake it. If you don't see anything, after you do that, you can start right back playing. PD, I hope this helped you, buddy. And like I said, if you're having breathing problems, this flute won't take a lot of breath. You know, just relax and blow and just enjoy. And to get that vibrato sound, that wah 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 sound, that's going to come from your stomach. All you have to do is like you're singing through your flute, like through your flute. That's all you're doing to get that wah 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 sound. If you didn't do that, it would sound clear, just like this. But now if you say through your flute, you can just sit at home and you can practice that just by covering up all your holes. Now make sure you cover up those holes. These holes are so small, you shouldn't have any problems covering them up. You know, just make sure you have your fingers flat. Have your fingers flat. Don't sit here and do your fingers like this. Hold your fingers flat on your flute and you will cover up those holes. They're small, so you shouldn't have any problems. PD, I hope it helped you, buddy. And just let me know how you're doing with your flute. And I appreciate it, buddy. Have a good one.